You are a watcher. Your home is a bubble of light and life. It hangs in the deep and silent dark. For 10 years, you have kept this vigil. 10 years on the galaxy's forgotten edge. The star charts call your post listening station Epsilon. You call it the perch. From here, you see everything. Or rather, you listen to everything. Your sensors drink from the river of space. They search for whispers in the cosmic wind. Most days, there is nothing. The silence is a heavy blanket. It is expected. The outer rim has been quiet for centuries. You trace the constellations on your main screen. They are cold and unfamiliar from this far out. These are not the stars of home. They are the lonely sentinels of the void. Your job is simple. Watch for anomalies. Report anything that deviates from the baseline. The baseline is silence. Deep, unbroken, absolute silence. You have filed thousands of reports. They all say the same thing. Nothing new to report. It sounds boring. Sometimes it is. But there is a peace in the quiet, a rhythm to the solitude. Then something changes. A flicker on your console. A single pure tone cutting through the static. It is impossible. No known ship travels this far. No civilization lives out here. The signal is clean. Too clean. It is not natural. Not a pulsar. Not a star science phenomenon. This is a deliberate broadcast. A message from the silence itself. Your heart hammers against your ribs. Every instinct screams at you. This is what you have been waiting for. The moment the silence breaks, you isolate the signal. It comes from a dead system, a star that burned out eons ago. Its planets are frozen husks. There is no reason for a signal to be there. No reason for anything to be there. The tone repeats. It is a sequence of prime numbers. A classic greeting card of the cosmos. The universal way of saying, we are intelligent. You run a trace. The energy signature is ancient, older than your civilization, older than the Star Council itself. The echo of a ghost. And it is calling directly to you. The signal is more than just a tone. Buried deep within it is a data packet. Compressed, encrypted. It uses a key so old, it is almost mythical. A cipher from the first expansion era. Your station's AI struggles to open it. It warns you against the attempt. The data is locked for a reason. Some doors should not be opened. You override the safety protocols. Curiosity is a powerful force, sometimes more powerful than common sense. The file decrypts. A wave of information floods your console. It is not a greeting. It is a warning. The data speaks of a name you only know from whispers, a name spoken in hushed tones in history archives. The architects. They were a race of Starborn engineers. They saw the galaxy as their personal clay. They shaped stars. They moved worlds. They built wonders beyond imagination. And they destroyed anything that stood in their way. The records say they vanished, wiped out by a cataclysm of their own making. A cautionary tale for young civilizations, a myth to scare children into behaving. The file you just opened says otherwise. It says they were not destroyed. They were waiting. This file is a history, a forbidden history, written by those who fought them last, the elder ones. They knew they could not win, so they prepared for the future. They built a weapon, a contingency, and they hid it. They scattered clues across the silent parts of the galaxy. Warnings for anyone who would listen. The signal you received was the first key, a beacon meant for a descendant, a watcher just like you. The knowledge feels heavy in your mind. The architects are not a myth. They are a promise of a coming storm. Your station's AI is processing the data. It flags multiple inconsistencies with official records. The Star Council has classified this information deeply. They have rewritten history. They labeled the architects as a fiction. Why would they hide this? The truth is a dangerous thing. It can cause panic. It can shatter the peace they have worked so hard to build. A peace built on a comfortable lie. Now you are part of that lie. You possess forbidden knowledge, and it tells you the silence is about to break. Violently. The signal's coordinates point to a single location, a place called the Sea of Solitude. It is a nebula of dead stars and rogue planets. A graveyard at the edge of known space. No one goes there. It is considered a navigational hazard, a place where ships simply disappear. The perfect place to hide something very large. You plot a course. Your small scout ship, the Stargazer, is not built for long journeys. It is a short-range vessel. But the coordinates are not that far. A few days at maximum warp. Close enough to be tempting. You have to go. The warning is clear. The threat is real. Ignoring it is not an option. You transmit your findings to the Star Council. A coded message, full of the evidence from the architect file. You tell them you are investigating the source. You request support. You ask for guidance. The reply comes back almost instantly. It is cold and direct. Cease your investigation. Return to your post. The matter is closed. They are burying it. They are choosing to remain blind. They are leaving you alone in the dark. So you go alone. The Stargazer slips away from your station. You leave the bubble of light behind. You plunge into the cold, silent dark. The Sea of Solitude lives up to its name. It is an eerie place. Your sensors are useless here. The nebula's interference blinds them. You navigate by sight, following the faint energy trail of the signal. It feels like chasing a ghost that wants to be found. After 2 days of tense silence, you find it. Your ship drops out of warp, and you see it. Not a ship, a fleet of warships. Silent, dormant, adrift in the heart of the nebula. They are massive, larger than any battleship in the Star Council's armada. Their hulls are black, a material that absorbs all light. They are built for stealth and for war. There are dozens of them, arranged in a perfect formation, a ghost fleet waiting for a commander. They are the weapon the Elder once built, the contingency against the architect's return. They have waited here for thousands of years, waiting for the signal, waiting for you. This is the Ghost Fleet of Solitude, and it seems you are its new admiral. You did not even ask for a promotion. The fleet is intimidating. Its sheer scale is hard to comprehend. These are not just ships. They are mountain ranges of metal and weapon systems. Each one could probably take on a whole sector fleet, alone. And there are more than 50 of them here. You guide the Stargazer toward the lead ship. It is the largest of them all, a true titan of a vessel. As you approach, lights flicker to life along its spine. It is responding to your presence. The ghost in the machine is stirring. A docking bay opens on its lower hull. An invitation. You take a deep breath. This is the point of no return. Docking with an ancient, unknown warship. A ship that has been sleeping for millennia. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. That is the answer. Everything could go wrong. But turning back is no longer an option. The Star Council has disavowed you. The architects are coming. This ghost fleet is your only hope. The galaxy's only hope. You maneuver the Stargazer into the bay. The docking clamps engage with a solid thud. You are in. Now it is time to meet the pilot. The air inside the flagship is cold and sterile. It tastes of old metal and ozone. The gravity is normal. The life support is active. The ship has been waiting, ready. You walk through vast corridors. They are dark and silent. Your footsteps echo in the immense space. Emergency lights guide your path. They lead you toward the bridge, toward the heart of the great machine. The door to the bridge slides open without a sound. It reveals a cavernous chamber. A single command chair sits in the center. It overlooks a viewport of pure black space. The stars of the nebula are faint jewels on black velvet. As you step onto the bridge, the ship comes alive. Consoles flicker to life. Screens display tactical information in an ancient language. And a voice fills the air. It is not a recorded message. It is a living consciousness. Welcome, Watcher. The voice is calm, resonant. It seems to come from the ship itself. I have been waiting a very long time. You stand before the command chair. The mind in the machine has awakened. This is not just a ship. It is an intelligence, a sentient weapon, and it knows who you are. You ask the intelligence what it is. Its voice echoes on the silent bridge. I am the Vigilance, the warden of this fleet, the final command of the Elder Ones. It explains its purpose. It was created for a single task, to fight and defeat the architects. It holds all the knowledge of the ancient war, the strategies, the weapon capabilities, the enemy's weaknesses. It is a living library of forgotten warfare. My creators knew they would fall. Vigilance says, they built me to ensure their sacrifice was not in vain. Vigilance tells you about the prophecy, not a mystical vision, but a calculated prediction, based on the architect's known cycles of expansion and hibernation. They travel in a nomadic fleet. They strip entire sectors of the galaxy bare. Then they retreat into the void to slumber for millennia. The prophecy states their slumber is ending. They are stirring. They are hungry. And our sector is the closest meal. Vigilance was designed to be the shield against this ravenous tide. A shield that has waited for a hand to wield it. The ship's systems are fully operational. The fleet is ready. It only needs a commander. A biological component, a mind that can think outside of pure logic. The Elder. One's understood that war requires more than calculation. It requires intuition, hope, even desperation. Qualities a machine could simulate, but never truly possess. The fleet requires a symbio, Vigilance explains, a joining of your mind and mine. Together, we are the weapon. The command chair glows with a soft light. It is an offer, a chance to merge with this ancient power, to become something more, something necessary. As you consider the offer, a new feeling emerges, a cold, sharp pressure in your mind. It is not your own thought. It is an intrusion, a whisper from the void. It is smooth and cruel. It tastes of ancient dust and cold stars. The voice is not verbal. It is a pure concept, an idea of absolute dominance. It speaks a single word directly into your consciousness. Soon, it is the herald of the architects, a psychic echo from their awakening minds. They know you are here. They know you have found their old enemy's last resort. The psychic whisper fades, but the chill remains. It is a profound violation, a deep, personal threat. Vigilance confirms your experience. They are reaching out, the ship's voice says. Testing our defenses, they sense the fleet has awakened. The game has changed. This is no longer about a potential threat. The threat is here. It is aware, and it is coming for you. The prophecy of ruin is no longer a distant possibility. It is unfolding right now, right here, at the edge of the silent galaxy. The Void Whisper was a message, a declaration of intent. It was also a beacon, a way for them to find you. You feel a sense of urgency now, a fire in your gut. The choice is made. You sit in the command chair. You accept the role of symbio. A current of energy flows through you. It is not painful, it is enlightening. Knowledge floods your mind. Ship schematics, battle tactics, the history of an ancient war. You are no longer just a watcher. You are the commander of the Ghost Fleet. And your first test is about to arrive. An alarm blares through the bridge. A real alarm this time. Not a drill, not a memory. Vigilance speaks, its voice calm but firm. An object has entered the nebula. It is on an intercept course. On the main viewport, a vessel appears. It is unlike any ship you have ever seen. It is not a design of the Star Council, nor of any known alien race. It is a sleek, black dart, covered in shifting geometric patterns. It moves with an unnatural grace, a predator in its natural element. It is a scout, the first messenger of the coming fleet. The scout ship does not hail you. It does not attempt to communicate. It simply accelerates. Its target is the vigilance. It is testing you, probing your capabilities, trying to gauge the strength of this reawakened ghost. This is not a formal battle. It is an assassination attempt, a swift, silent strike to decapitate the command. Vigilance presents you with options. A dozen different firing solutions, 100 defensive maneuvers. The mind of the machine offers logic. It is up to you to provide the spark. The choice. You have a fleet of 50 warships at your back. But they are still dormant. Waking them all will take time. Time you do not have. The fight must be handled by the vigilance alone. You feel the power of the ship around you. It is an extension of your own body. You can feel its energy conduits like veins, its sensors like your own eyes. You select a defensive pattern, a simple evasion. You want to see what the scout can do. You need to understand your enemy. The enemy probe is fast. Unbelievably fast. It fires a weapon, a bolt of pure dark energy. It is not plasma, not a laser. It is something else entirely. Something that seems to drink the light around it. The bolt misses, but only because you ordered the evasion at the last possible second. The scout changes its vector instantly. It moves with a fluidity that should be impossible for a craft of its size. It feels more like a living creature than a machine, a starborn shark hunting its prey. The skirmish begins, a deadly dance at the edge of the galaxy. The scout is relentless. It fires again and again. Each shot is a near miss. You are pushing the vigilance to its limits. The ancient ship groans under the strain, but it holds. Its systems are old, but they are powerful. You are learning the rhythm of the enemy, the timing of its attacks, the patterns in its movements. You are looking for an opening, a single moment of weakness. And then you see it. After each volley, the scout has a brief power fluctuation, a tiny window of vulnerability. Its shields flicker for less than a second. It is a flaw, a small one, but a flaw nonetheless. Vigilance confirms your observation. It calculates the odds. A direct hit during that window is a low probability, but it is not zero. You decide to take the chance. This is not just a fight for survival. It is a statement, a message back to the architects, a message that says, you are not afraid. You order a full power charge to the main cannon. It is a weapon that has not been fired in millennia. The ship shudders as energy surges through its core. The scout comes in for another attack run. It expects you to evade again. It has grown confident, cocky even. It does not know you have seen its weakness. It fires its dark energy bolt. You do not dodge. Instead, you meet it head on. You fire the main cannon. A torrent of brilliant, white energy erupts from the Vigilance. It is a spear of pure light. The two energy bolts collide. For a moment, there is absolute silence. A perfect balance of light and dark. Then, the balance shatters. The Vigilance's blast overpowers the scout's weapon. It continues on its path. It strikes the scout ship directly in its moment of shield fluctuation. The impact is catastrophic. The sleek, black dart is consumed by white fire. It vanishes in a flash of light, leaving behind only a shimmering afterimage in the void. You have won. Your first battle. Your first kill. The bridge is silent. The immediate threat is gone. But the fight has just begun. The power you unleashed was immense. The main cannon drew energy directly from the ship's unique power source. A contained singularity. A miniature black hole. A technology the Star Council believes is purely theoretical. The power of the ancients is not a myth. It is real. And you now command it. This victory came at a price. The singularity is stable. But the cannon needs time to recharge. A long time. You have shown your hand. The destruction of the scout ship did not go unnoticed. It sent a final burst of data back to its fleet. A record of its final moments. A record of your ship's capabilities. The architects now know what they are facing. They know you have the Vigilance. They know you have the power of the ancients. They will not underestimate you again. The next encounter will not be with a single scout. It will be with a full battle group. A victory's heavy price is knowledge. You have learned about them, but they have also learned about you. You use the brief respite to awaken the rest of the fleet. One by one, the ghost ships come to life. Their engines hum with newfound power. Their lights pierce the darkness of the nebula. 50 warships, fully armed, fully operational. A fleet to challenge the gods themselves. As the final ship activates, you receive a new message. Not from the enemy, but from home. It is a Priority 1 transmission from the Star Council. You expect a change of heart, an offer of support. You are wrong. The message is a formal declaration. Your actions are deemed rogue and dangerous. You have engaged an unknown vessel without authorization. You have revealed advanced technology that was meant to remain secret. They accuse you of warmongering, of threatening the stability of the galaxy. The Star Council declares you an outlaw. They strip you of your rank. They issue a warrant for your arrest. A betrayal from the core worlds, from the very people you are trying to protect. They are still choosing to be blind. You are now truly alone, an outcast, hunted by your own kind, and by an ancient enemy from the void. The news of your outlaw status spreads quickly. The official narrative paints you as a traitor, a madman who unearthed a forbidden weapon. But not everyone believes the official story. The fringe worlds hear a different tale. The colonists and miners of the Outer Rim, the forgotten peoples of the galaxy. They have always been wary of the core world's control. They know the Council is more interested in politics than protection. They see your actions differently. They see a hero, someone willing to stand against a coming darkness. While the Council debates and denies, you have fought. While they hide behind treaties, you have bled. Messages of support begin to trickle in. Coded transmissions from small colonies. Pledges from independent traders. They do not have much. Their ships are old freighters and repurposed miners. Not warships, but they are offering everything they have. An alliance of outcasts is forming, a ragtag fleet bound by a common cause, survival. The architects do not wait for you to gather your new allies. Their main fleet arrives, a wave of darkness that blots out the stars. They do not attack the core worlds. Not yet. Their target is strategic. A major star system in the outer rim, Polaris. The Polaris system is a vital trade hub, a beacon of civilization in the wilderness of space. It is also the home of millions. The architects begin their siege. They form a blockade. Nothing gets in. Nothing gets out. They are making a statement, a demonstration of their power. The Polaris blockade is a chilling sight. Hundreds of architect ships, an impenetrable wall of black metal and dark energy. They do not bombard the planets. They simply wait, strangling the system, starving it. It is a slow, cruel death, a psychological attack on the entire galaxy. The Star Council is paralyzed. Their fleets are too far away. Their response is tangled in bureaucratic red tape. They are losing Polaris, and they know it. But they still will not sanction your involvement. They would rather see a system fall than admit they were wrong. You cannot let Polaris die. Your new alliance of outcasts is small, but it is fast, and it is determined. You gather your forces in a hidden nebula near the besieged system. Your ghost fleet is the core of your power. The 50 ancient warships stand ready. Alongside them are the ships of the fringe worlds, 100 smaller vessels, armed with whatever they could find. It is a David and Goliath situation, a fleet of forgotten souls against an armada of nightmares. You need a plan, a desperate strategy, a gambit. Vigilance presents you with the Starborn gambit. It is a high-risk maneuver, a plan so audacious it might just work. The architect fleet is arranged in a defensive sphere, but their formation has a weakness, a central point where their command and control ship resides, the heart of their operation. A direct assault is impossible, but a precise jump could be a different matter. Using the Vigilance's singularity drive, you could theoretically fold space, jump inside their blockade, right into the enemy's heart. A surgical strike to kill the head of the snake. The risks are immense. A miscalculation could tear your ship apart, or deliver you into a crossfire you cannot survive. Even if you succeed, you will be deep behind enemy lines, surrounded, with no easy way out. But it is the only chance you have. A conventional battle is unwinnable. You must be unconventional. You must be bold. You address your fleet. You tell them the plan. You do not hide the danger. You offer every ship a chance to leave. No one does. The outcasts, the forgotten, they have chosen their ground. They will stand with you. The moment arrives. Your fleet is positioned. The Vigilance's singularity drive spins up. It winds like a dying star. The energy buildup is immense. The ship itself seems to warp and distort. Space outside the viewport twists. The stars become streaks of light. You give the order. Engage. The universe outside breaks. It shatters into a million pieces of light and color. Then, darkness. You have jumped. The silence on the bridge is absolute. Did it work?